Yo, what's up, guys? I just wanted to make this guide, so I couldn't make it earlier because I had some IRL stuff going on. Now I'm finished with the build. I am level 96, pushing to level 97. Easy, no attributes. I will explain everything. So, first of all, I have the POB in the description, so if you want to just follow the POB, if you know how the build works, it's okay with me. Just go to the description, take the POB, copy the build, easy. I will explain in depth how the mechanics work. First of all, we are a chieftain. We take the classic RF stuff. Chieftain is so powerful because of those two nodes, which says modifiers to fire resistance also apply to cold and lightning at 50% of their value, which means if we have 100 fire resistance, we get 50 cold and 50 lightning resistances, for example. So it's very powerful because you, in combination with this right here, with this fire mastery, regenerate 1 life per second for each 1% uncapped fire resistance. We don't need to build any resistances. We only need to build fire resistance. It's very nice. And also, modifiers to maximum fire resistance also apply to maximum cold and lightning. Free melting of the flesh, easy. We just build maximum fire resistance. For example, here we got some, here all maximum. Maybe you go here, it's a preference. And also the cold and lightning resistances go up as well. And this is the core of the build. Enemies you kill or your totems have 5% chance to explode, dealing 500% of their maximum life as fire damage. This is insane damage. If you have 100% chance to ignite, this explosion always ignites. When this ignites, it is reflected back to us with the Fulcrum. I choose to get a max roll physical to fire, and we convert also another 50% of physical cold and lightning to fire. So I can spec into this elemental mastery, 60% reduced reflected elemental damage taken, and in combination with this Pantheon, we take no reflected damage because we deal no physical. Maybe a skill has by accident some physical. No, we take no physical. We deal no physical. We can't deal physical. We only can deal fire damage because of Avatar of Fire. And we have 100% reduced reflected elemental damage taken. So we can run reflect maps. Maybe tier 17s have reflect, some tier 16.5 have reflect. Anyways, that's the way that we can run so many maps. We don't care about mods at all. We also take the mastery for cannot be impaled, which will be in the next level. The rest is Falborn Cloak of Flame with increased damage while ignited, because we are almost always ignited. We always deal 100% increased damage. The only two non-uniques are the helmet and the gloves. I will explain the rings later. We use Bubonic Trail for some increased reservation efficiency, because we are blood magic, for the 10% more life. And we need reservation efficiency. Do not confuse it with reservation mana efficiency, because mana efficiency is only for mana. For example, this has reservation efficiency. This node here has increased mana reservation efficiency. So do not confuse those two. You need reservation efficiency, which can be found also in corruptions from jewels. For jewels, we use actually the Valerium in combination with the Agnostic, which removes all energy shield And with the Valyrium, stun threshold is based on energy shield. So we have like 0 stun threshold. Every time we get hit, we get stunned. And that's how we can proc the cast when stun support, which procs all our spells. Why do we use cast when stunned? Because it bypasses the cast speed. We don't need cast speed to manually cast and everything like that. So we just stand still and everything is being casted with no restrictions. Flame Surge of Combusting and Firestorm. We also have Firestorm of Pelting with Culling Strike for some extra culling. Blood Knots, 50% of damage taken, almost 49% of damage taken from stunning hits is recovered as life. So when an enemy hits us, half of that damage is being recovered as life instantly. In combination with Defiance of Destiny, we get some life also back before they hit us. So it's very good for small hits. We get life when they hit us, before they hit us. And with this ring, for example, we get life when we hit them. The belt, of course, Immortal Flesh. There is no better choice right now. I mean, I could go for a rare one, but it's not worth, because better than this is Mage Blood, nothing better. For the helmet, you want fire resistance, chaos resistance, and of course an empty prefix to craft a level of socketed AoE gems. You can get it with a veiled modifier to get +2 to put your RF here. I choose to put flammability with cast when stunned, so we curse our enemies around us. And the Righteous Fire, we don't need the damage from Righteous Fire. The damage comes from our spells, but the Righteous Fire gives us 41% more spell damage. That's why we are always running Righteous Fire. You can run this build without Righteous Fire, but we will take the extra damage, no problem, since we can sustain it. Vitality, 4 auras. Vitality, Purity of Fire, Petrified Blood, Arctic Armor. Arctic Armor, why? 40% of physical damage taken as fire damage. Arctic Armor gives us 21% less physical damage taken from hits while stationary, and 21% less fire damage taken from hits while stationary. Which means, because the physical is mitigated between fire and physical, we get a lot less damage from physical hits. That's why it's really good to combine with otherworldly appendages from the Breachlord Ascendancy, the Bloodline. Because either way, we have an Ulgraft and a Zorfgraft with Heart of Flame, which is basically a free molten shell. It's a molten shell, but it's free. It happens every sometimes, and it takes damage from you. It's really nice to have. And this gives you 1 endurance charge when you are low life. We are always low life because we reserve a lot of life, and you cannot go above low life because we have petrified blood. And the two grafts we use, which is best in slot, are a Zorf graft and an Ul graft. So we take another 15% less physical and 15% less fire. So physical hits, we can mitigate them by a lot. We also use cast when damage taken with Immortal Call for another 32 elemental and 32 less physical damage taken. So if we take a big hit or something, we take even less damage. The thing is, we don't have a big life pool yet. And this recovers the half of the damage taken from stunning hits. It's not like, for example, Defiance of Destiny, which recovers unreserved life before the hit. So we get less recovery for this from this. One other thing that is very good is natural affinity. What this does, you gain 2 grasping vines every second while you are stationary, which give you 2% chance to deal double damage and 1 less damage taken per grasping vine. So we have a lot of less damage taken modifiers on our build, which means we can just stand still, those vines latch on to us, and we have less damage taken, chance to deal double damage. We are basically a crazy tank, which we can AFK a lot of content. About the rings, the Hateful Accuser has this, the penance mark. It's good for single target. For example, if you want to, you cast on, that's why I have Whispers of Doom, because I also have Lam ability, and you can just curse an enemy with this and leave, go for coffee, go, I don't know where, go to the kitchen and come back and he will be dead at some point. The thing is, they need to be close to each other, the phantasms, to explode and deal the damage, the ignite damage at least. Another option is Winterwave, because we are getting movement speed while ignited, which we always are, and the effect of chill on us is reversed. It's good for maps you want to go fast, like Toxic Sewers, you just pass through the whole map very easy, you kill everything. Another option is a ring with a Crusader modifier that says gain 15 life or life in general per enemy hit with spells. Firestorm of Pelting has a lot of hits. Firestorm has a lot of small hits. Flame Surge of Combusting also some hits. Detonate Jet of Chain Reaction has a lot of hits. Every hit we gain life back. Really nice for situations like Simulacrum that enemies stay on top of you for a long time. For example, wave 15, wave 14. They just stay on top of you and hit you. It's really nice to have. 3 options depending on the situation. For extra super, maybe Ultimatum, Simulacrum, Ritual, stuff like that. You have the option to move fast for the maps. You have an option for bosses, which it's not a bossing build. It's really very bad in bossing. I don't recommend bossing with this build, although it can do like the new boss fight AFK. It can do a lot of stuff AFK, a lot of boss fights. It's not good for. I've done tier 17s. It's not the best. I mean, for example, Lycia can one-shot you with her slam. I don't know how this is possible with so much less damage taken, but I guess we don't have enough pool yet. We need some more life pool. What is cool about it is that with this Foulborn Crimson Jewel, the Red Dream, we get maximum life also here. For example, I tattoo fire resistance. Fire resistance here, fire resistance here, fire resistance here, elemental resistance here. We get increased maximum life from that. That's why we can run this timeless jewel, Caspiro, which says ignore attribute requirements but gain no inherent bonuses from attributes. This saves us a lot of points in the tree, and then a lot of gearing, so we can build stuff like maximum life, regeneration, and stuff like that. We could take this mastery. It's better mastery. It has a more increased maximum life. It's closer, but we needed an extra jewel slot for this to work, because we can either lose the movement speed, or we can either lose our reservation efficiency. When I get my Watcher's Eye, I will remove the Flesh and Flame. I got the Untiring one, 40% increased life regeneration rate and 1.5 of physical damage prevented from hits, the past 10 seconds is regenerated as life per second, which means the physical damage we take is regenerated. Is really nice to have. When I get a Watcher's Eye with Vitality or something like that, I will remove those. I will put one of those jewels right there and go back this way and save some points. Well, you also need 100% chance to ignite. How to know? Here, in the offense, default attack, you check. Chance to ignite from main hand hits, 100%. So you need those tattoos. They are expensive, but at some point you have to get them. You can fish for them yourself by sending shipments. The rest of the tree and gear choices are pretty much nothing really, nothing crazy. You don't need nothing. You just need fire resistance, fire damage, chance to ignite, maximum life. That's all you need for this build to play, and the fulcrum, of course. The choices of the skills are not actually standard. You can build whatever you like. It's a fire skill. It's a something that converts to fire. For example, you can go race vectors with dark marionettes and go with body swap of sacrifice, which is a very powerful skill because it deals 4% of our maximum life and 34% of the minion's maximum life. Really powerful. You can go wave of conviction of Trarthus, which is heavy physical, and we convert it all to fire damage, which makes big damage in a circle, like so. Let me show you. And when enemies hit you very fast, you spam it, and it looks like this. I just don't do it because it hurts my eyes. You can go many skills. You can go standard detonated. You can go detonated of scavenging. You can go anything you like. Anything you like. Bladefall. Whatever. You have no restrictions on that. As long as you kill one mob, as long as you can kill one white mob, you are good. No problem. You don't need to build even fire damage. We don't have fire damage scaled in our build. I only have these because I scaled the Fan the Flames. I want the Fan the Flames. For example, we get 1%, 1.5 here, 1.5 here is 3 meters. 3 meters of spread, and we get another 1.4 here. So it's like 4.4 meters. Our Righteous Fire is 2.6. So imagine about double the radius. Somewhere like here or here is the ignite spread. That's how much the ignite spreads. The only unique I have about the flasks is Uriah Ascend, because I mean it scales additively. There are some, for example, Cinder Swallow, if you have some spread in your Cinder Swallow, it doesn't scale with your other proliferations. The ones they work is the jewels and the gloves. If you have on flask, if you have on other unique equipment and stuff like that, it doesn't work. It breaks your build. So I removed Cinder Swallow. I have a Quartz Flask for phasing. I have Basalt Flask because it taunts nearby enemies, so they target us more instead of going to catch butterflies. And of course, movement skill, which we removed for some armor flask when we do things like simulacrum and stuff like that that don't require me to run. That's pretty much the build. Look at the POB. The only thing you can swap around is the gloves and the helmet, obviously. You can play around with a normal full Cloak of Flame or with a Fallburn version. I've played around a bit. I don't think there is much of a difference. I think the ignite damage to enemies, the ignite duration to enemies, it has increased ignite duration to us as well. I'm not sure though. But I like this one. Looks fun. Defiance of Destiny. When you get the money, before that you are good to go. It's okay, you don't need it. But you cannot face tank that much. You absolutely need Petrified Blood. It's like it triples your life pool. Without it, you're potato. Arctic armor, very nice. Also, it gives you immunity to freeze. We need to be chilled. Do not need to be chill immune because we can utilize this ring. And if we don't need this ring, it means we are standing still. If we are standing still, we are using another ring. Simple as that. Also, I tattooed reduced effect of shock on you. I have 100% the reduced effect of shock, which means I'm shock immune. I can get shocked. I cannot. I'm not affected. I don't take increased damage. The rest is sadist and widespread distraction. Nothing crazy. I want to take these nodes as soon as we get our Watcher's Eye. We need area of effect because the ignite spread also scales with area of effect. Endurance charges, I do not suggest you invest in endurance charges if you are running Immortal Call because it takes your endurance charges. It consumes them so it can have more duration. So if you are running Immortal Core, don't invest into maximum endurance charges. Another good unique is this. It gives you immunity to bleeding. It gives you elemental ailment duration on you and one extra endurance charge. Also some increased strength, some elemental resistances, some movement speed. It's really nice to have. But you will take out vitality because you lose the reservation efficiency. Because if, for example, I take this off, we are here. Vitality doesn't reserve that much, but at this point, it's like 200 health, 2 to 300 health. We need this. We need the life pool. We are looking to, if we reach 4 to 5k, we are immortal completely. Right now, I'm doing very hard content like tier 17 bosses, and that's why I died so many times. And I'm not level 100 yet. And I do it solo. I don't go with two for service to level up. You can definitely push to level 100 with this build. It's really nice, it's really cool, it's AFK, you don't have to press any buttons. You can do a lot of mechanics that other builds can't do. You can do all the tier 16 modifiers, everything. I can roll the most ugly reflect piece of shit map and I can do it. I can do all the tier 16.5. Some, for example, drowning orbs, you can do. Of course, you cannot stand in a drowning orb. Some stuff you cannot do. But most of the stuff, if you are careful enough, you can do. Tier 17s, no problem. We cut them like butter. So that's the interaction. That's how the build works. Most of you are pretty familiar. Not with this version, of course. My version. I played this last league as well. I played this league to farm a lot of currency. It's really nice because you don't have to also press buttons and gather the currency. Nothing. You just walk. Walk or stand still. That's it. And you scale 3 stats. Fire resistance, maximum life, and fire damage. Nothing else. Fire damage you don't even have to scale. It scales by itself. By the maximum health of the enemy. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this build, leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. I'm going to play now my next build, which will be a poison assassin. I don't know yet. I have some ideas, but I'm not sure. See you on the next one.